Tell me on the phone. She say you can have my corazón. Say that. Yeah, what you gon' do for the bag? Yeah, spin it like in my last. Yeah, spin it, make it all bad. La 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 bamba. Shout it back. Yeah, all the cash up for grabs. Yeah, there's no cap. She like that, I keep coming back. La 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 bamba. Shout it, you the bomb. We go shopping in Milan. Backseat of that foreign, bad in LA like LeBron. I got a smudge in her little bomb. She say yo te amo, she just want that Louis Vuitton. Came for me, you in a fair lane. Keep you know you need to grab a napkin. Play my Spanish, she love to cook me plantain. Go hit my Cali crib and give you all that back pain. Might make you my baby mama. I like how you shake it like some maracas. Might let you keep the commas. Para bailar la bamba. All that she get it all from her mama. La 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 bamba. Say that. Yeah, what you gon' do for the bag? Yeah, spin it like in my last. Yeah, spin it, make it all bad. La 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 bamba. Shout it back. Yeah, all the cash up for grabs. Yeah, there's no cap. She like that, I keep coming back. La 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 bamba.
Hello and welcome to ML Bot Ball. I'm Jaden Becker alongside P. Mr. How you doing?
Oh, doing all right here. A little bit of a late start today, so it should be a good day overall. I believe we only have 2 or 3 games on the schedule, but they are grade A quality games.
Late start indeed. It's 5:14 my time. There's going to be game start time at 5:15. This might be the latest we've ever started here on Bot Ball, it seems like. But times are changing, and we're changing with the time. So get ready for some great ML Bot Ball action as the Minnesota Twins play the final game of their 4-game set against the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, Sox not having the best of years so far, 56 and 65. ERA is as expected with the starting rotation bullpen the Sox have. Probably one of the worst in the league at just above 4 right now.
You're definitely having a tough time there, but hey, this is some great bot ball action. Minnesota Twins at 80 and 42, the Red Sox at 56 and 65. The series started off very strong indeed when the Red Sox won on a walk-off. They ended up dropping their last 2 games. Last game was a nail-biter, definitely a close one, but the Twins came out on top 5-4. And that was a nail-biter indeed, especially when you have Kenta Maeda on the mound. You got to make sure you win those games. He has just been so dominant for the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah, absolutely dominant. Absolutely. Basically, that's been the entire AL Central up until like 2 weeks ago when the White Sox started falling apart here. The AL Central's just been dominant over the rest of the league so far.
That is for sure. Gotta get underway here in Fenway. It's Throwback Thursday as well. Gonna get some fancy uniforms on the field. Always great to see. Also have a nice southpaw pitching matchup. 2 lefties going against each other in this one.
Yep, Walter Rodriguez for the Sox out today. Hopefully you like fastballs because there's going to be a lot of them today. And they can be meatballs at times, so hopefully Minnesota can start teeing up on those.
Welcome to Fenway Park. Here for some great ML Bot Ball action. Hashtag Throwback Thursday. We're going to get some classic uniforms on the field. See the Twins and their Senators uniforms. Wow, that's a classic one as well. And the Red Sox, we'll see what they're wearing when they come on the field. But Eduardo Rodriguez towing the rubber southpaw for Boston Red Sox has a 4.34 ERA, but does have a winning record, 8-7 on the season, leading the team in strikeouts as well with 151. Really ready to fire them in there.
Yeah, that's the thing. His breaking stuff is not great, but it's enough to pick up a strike or two, and his fastball is so efficient that it can pick up a strike on just about any corner of the strike zone.
First pitch down and away for 1-0. Great crowd here in Fenway. See, there's a nice collar on the Red Sox uniforms, red and that navy blue.
Bringing it back to the mid to late 70s there with some of the clown shows that they were back then.
I've seen some crazy ones on Throwback Thursday. It's 81 degrees here, overcast, so could be hard for the outfielders here as the ball might match with the sky. Also, the wind blowing in a little bit. Could be difficult to hit these balls out, especially with that Death Valley and center field, 420 feet away. Just makes me wonder all the time how anyone can do that. We did see a big home run there in the first game. Max Kepler drove one all the way to the batter's eye area of that 420 Death Valley area. So seeing balls fly over there, very, very rare.
Yeah, now the only people I've ever really seen hit it over there are David Ortiz and a few other very big power swingers, Mo Vaughn included. It's 420 with, we'll call it a 25-foot wall to boot. So you have to hit it probably 450, 460 to get it out. And that's one...
Perfect.
Oh, pretty much, yes. That one's going to get slapped the other way.
That one hits towards that green monster. Only going to be a single, however, as Kepler starts off this game strong.
Yeah, real nice piece there, hitting against the shift. But one thing I think people think of is Fenway's a hitter's park. Outside the green monster and left, it's not really. And yes, people will say Pesky's pull, but if you miss that by about 5 feet, it jumps out to 380 real fast. So,
oh yeah,
outside the monster, it's actually kind of a pitcher's park if you look at the grand scheme of things.
0-1 pitch to Jorge Polanco. That one was down and in, called a strike. Polanco hitting pretty well this season at 285. That one is slapped in towards that pesky pole. That one's going to be in right field for another single.
And that's what you're going to get if you're Juan Rodriguez. A lot of good balls to hit. He's more pitching the contact here rather than strikeouts, and Minnesota is able to tee him up so far.
Rodriguez was able to gather at that one. Looking at the defensive positioning for the Boston Red Sox, got Benintendi, Bradley Jr., and Verdugo going from left to right in the outfield, from first to third. For the infield, you have Moreland, Peraza, Xander Bogaerts, Devers at third base, and catching is Vasquez. Vasquez hit that big home run in that first game. Really was trying to put a focal point on this series. Did not want to quit, and definitely could have quit way before that. They were down by a lot, and then they ended up crawling their way back into it. Vasquez putting that punch to send them into extra innings.
Yeah, Vasquez, really one of the unsung catchers of the major leagues. I'd say he's maybe top 10, top 15 in the majors right now. Has a really undervalued power bat, and we kind of saw that the other day.
Speaking of top catchers, Mitch Garver up to bat, 326 hitter, and a 1.061 OPS on the season. Also has 85 RBIs, leading this team in almost every category. Has just been a superstar. And when you're a catcher that can hit this well, it's definitely a beautiful thing. 3-0 pitch. Swung on and ripped foul.
Yeah, definitely. When a lot of teams look at the lineups, they usually look as the catcher as another fairly close free out, like a pitcher. So when you have someone like Mitch Garver hitting 320, it really shifts your whole focus.
5-4-3 double play. Runner will be safe at third base. No play there, but double play either way, getting those 2 outs here in the top of the first.
Yeah, just very efficient, very routine there. Not much more beyond it.
Runner is in scoring position on third base as Nelson Cruz steps up to bat. 2020 AL All-Star and has 33 home runs on the season. Speaking of home run leaders, he is the leader for this team. But home runs for this team have come aplenty. Multiple players go for 20 home runs, yeah.
Yeah, they have definitely had no shortage of power out there in Minneapolis. Maybe you want to share that around a little bit, because definitely a lot of teams trying to play a bit more small ball these days. And I think the fans like a bit more of the home run ball, as we saw back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
And, you know, the power ball is definitely a good thing, but then you could have the nights that Cruz had yesterday, when 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. So definitely not the night he wanted. Definitely looking to improve here with the runner on third. 2-0 pitch, kicks and deals. That one swung on and fouled down the third base line.
I mean, he did pick up a free sombrero, so I'm not sure if you can count that a bad night. But yeah, no, just as the power hitter, sometimes that's the night you have, vote for where you just can't make contact on anything.
That one's launched towards the triangle. It can get out. Will it go? Yes, it will. Home run for Nelson Cruz. Wow, what a shot to center field. His 34th home run of the season.
And that's what you can do to Erod there, as he leaves a fastball in there, and Nelson Cruz just putting enough on it to get it into the bullpens.
Runs coming early and often for this Twins team. And no one does it better than Nelson Cruz from the DH spot. Two-time Edgar Martinez Award winner. And you take a look at this swing. Boom! Able to launch that one.
Like a
towards dead center, yeah.
Like a masterpiece there.
Perfect right into that bullpen. Now up, Eddie Rosario, 30 home runs on the season. Talk about power. You can't miss it with this team. They really been all over the place. When you talk about launching balls out the park, 82 RBIs, tied for 8th in the American League. And Rosario, another one of these guys that you could talk about being a part of this team for a while. He's found his way around. He's been a career Twin, and you could talk about him being a free swinger. Loves to swing at pitches. Had one of the highest swing percentage of the whole major league players last season. That one is swung on and hit over towards Moreland. He'll flip it over for the out towards Rodriguez. That'll retire the side, but Nelson Cruz hitting a nuke to center field right by that 420 sign. Led to the bottom of the first, where the Red Sox try to get in the board right here on ML Bop Ball. Welcome you back, Devin Smeltzer, starter here for the Minnesota Twins. And look at the Twins' rotation as well. With their power, what they're able to do with the bats, and then what they're able to do with their starting rotation, they're just unstoppable. 3.50 ERA. And not a guy that's going to kill you with the strikeouts, but definitely a person to watch out for, as he does not allow a lot of base runners here.
Yeah, now Smeltzer, one of the bright spots in that Minnesota starting rotation. But again, playing in Fenway, I think a lot of people forget is that if you do play to contacts and the Red Sox batters are able to put it over towards the monster, you can rack up 3, 4, 5 home runs really fast if they're able to pop it over the wall. So you have to be really careful where you put your pitches.
1-0 pitch. That one is taken inside, 2-0. Still overcasty here in Boston. We thank you for joining us. Great night for some bop ball. First game of the day, or I guess the night you can call it now. This game started at 5:15. Talk about defense for the Twins. They rank 16th, and they definitely have some star pieces, but aren't the best in the league for sure. When it comes to defense, that one is taken high, and Rosario's going to be able to settle underneath it and make the catch for the first out at the bottom of the first.
Yep, and you see right there, he's trying to take advantage of that wall, but just got a bit too under it there. You do need a really nice pop to get over the wall there, but it's really tricky, especially if you don't put it within the first 10 feet of the pole, because then at that point it becomes one of the longest home runs in the majors.
Looking at the defensive alignment for the Minnesota Twins, you got Rosario, Buxton, and Kepler going from left to right, and going from first to third. You got Sano, Arise, Polanco, Donaldson, and catching is Mitch Garver. Garver has had some issues behind the plate when it comes to fielding the position, but I think if you're a Twins fan, you take his bat over anything he does behind home plate any day.
I would.
His bat is so strong, it negates any issues you have when it comes to the field.
Right, and especially with the pitching and how efficient it's been this year. You don't really have to make many plays behind catcher except keeping the ball in front of you. And even then you could let a couple slide here and there, so not a big deal if you can't field the position too well, but his bat's really what they're looking for.
Verdugo fouls that one away, 2-2. Verdugo was traded from the Dodgers in a package deal that saw Betts and Price go off to the West Coast and the Dodgers. That one is ripped foul. We'll do it again, 2-2. And if he's the guy you get back, obviously filling the shoes of Mookie Betts is definitely a tough thing to do, but I don't think he's expected to do so. Definitely have other players that can. That one was dribbled over to Arise and might go over his head. Slapper there, bounced pretty hard. And he'll make it in there for a single.
Yeah, no, that was just a good piece of hitting there. Driving it out into right center, but unfortunately, just because of how publicized and how, I'll say it botched the original deal was, Verdugo's basically been asked to take over Mookie's spot, and
Yeah.
so far he's done okay as a actual player, but not up to the level of a Mook.
5, 4, 3 double play. Great infield work there by the Minnesota Twins. They get out of that inning with no damage done. Take a look at the replay there. Great job by Donaldson to flash the mitt. Back to the top of the second inning. Minnesota Twins still leading here 2-0. Josh Donaldson coming up to bat. And when I say Verdugo, yes, he does fill the shoes of that Mookie Betts once held, obviously. But I don't think anybody that is a Boston Red Sox fan thinks that Verdugo is going to be the next Mookie Betts. You know, that might have to come from somewhere else.
They're hoping and praying it is, but yeah, no, I was listening on the car from my work today, and one of the sports guys here is like, yeah, the Red Sox should tank, especially this year IRL. Little fun fact, in however long they've been doing the draft, considering the 86-year drought that they had, the Red Sox have never picked higher than 7th in the draft.
Yeah.
So they basically had to go out and free agent their way to the couple World Series they've had. They haven't really had a wealth of talent. You know, yes, they've been able to find the gems here and there, but they haven't been able to get that real cash crop like some of these other teams Kansas City has had, where you bring up 3 or 4 guys at the same time, and hopefully they're your core for the long term.
That one's in for a strike, 3-1. And a couple of guys that you think are homegrown, like Ortiz, was actually started as a Twin. So, you know, obviously he's most synonymous with the Boston Red Sox in recent history, but he was not homegrown if he did not come from the minor league system. 3-2 count. That one is swung on and fly deep towards center field. Bradley Jr. looking. Will it go? Yes, it will. Over his head. And that's a home run for Donaldson. To dead center field off that batter's eye there. His 21st of the season.
Yep, and I should have brought my baseball glove today, but I digress. It's what happens on Euro days, either on point and hitting all his spots, or it's just a dinger fest all day because all he throws is fastballs, basically.
And we said earlier, the wind is blowing in. Does not seem to matter. We're going to get another one of these great replays here. Hands out in front and drove that one to deep center field. Bradley Jr. was going back on that one. Thought he would have a chance to make a play there, but no sirree. Dead center field. Similar spot to where Garver hit it in that first game. And the Twins lead here 3-0.
Yep, and it's already falling off the tracks here. They held together a bit more than I would, as I thought this was going to be a 5-0 game after the first inning, but ML Botball is calling the home run derby right now, so I have to go find some census stats. I'll be back.
Definitely something that was great to see, that census segment during the home run derby call.
Wasn't that basically the whole home run derby call?
It's pretty much the whole thing. Yeah. 3-0 to Luis Ariz.
Ball 4, pitches down.
That one is low, and he'll be walked over towards first base.
Yep. And hopefully the pitching coach has someone up in the pen already, because E-Rod does not have it today.
Definitely someone for Ron Renecki to think about. If you might want to even go talk to him, say that, you know, it's okay. It's only the top of the second inning. Miguel Sano coming up to bat here.
It's like the number 2, number 3 pitcher for the Red Sox. He's supposed to be one of the better guys.
His ERA hasn't shown that, but his strikeout numbers have. We talked about him, 151 strikeouts on the season. Last year, he had a 381 ERA. And he even had some AL Cy Young votes. So now this season definitely has skewed towards that opposite direction, trying to find his way back on track, but this start of this game does not help him.
Whoa, that counts.
So now takes that one low.
And that's kind of the life of a fastballer, is that you're able to place your shots and be able to get strikeouts, or you miss here and there, and it just gets launched like it has so far. I believe there's already 2 home runs in the game.
2-2 pitch. That one is swung on and grounded. Double play. Wow. Sorry, I had a little bit of connection issues there. I didn't want to call something incorrect, but a 5-4-3. Rounding the horn there. And great play by Devers to stab that one. That was pretty hard hit down that third base line.
Yeah, definitely. Real nice collection there. And nice job by the Sox. That's shown there on point defensively. Byron Bucks is going to step in to try to get something rolling to add to Erod's chaos.
And he tries to bunt that one. We see his speed. Definitely can make it down the line on a good bunt. Couldn't find that one there as that one goes foul. Swings at that one 0-2 low. The 0-2 pitch to the speedster. Swung on and hit hard, but it's not going to have the distance as it floats and is actually caught by Bogaerts, who runs his way out of the infield. But Donaldson launching one into deep center field for an amazing home run, tiring the side here. Now we're at the bottom of the second inning, right here on ML Pop Ball.
Leading off for the Red Sox.
Welcome you back. Xander Bogaerts stepping up to the plate. Done considerably well this season. It's not like he was unexpected to do so. Someone that they're really looking forward to. He hits that one hard down the left field line, and that one's going to hit towards the wall. Try to find his way to second base. He does. There's going to be a play at second, and he is called out at second base. Trying to turn a single into a double on a ball that hit off the green monster and just could not make it there.
You do not try for a double on a ball off the wall in Fenway, especially left field there, because it's a real easy throw for the left fielder to gun you out at second, no problem.
Could not make it. And you mentioned it. Definitely it could be an easier throw given the distance from the outfield towards second base. Tried his best there, but this one is also hit hard, finding some distance. It might have a chance to go towards that track, and it does, but it's caught. Buxton settles himself underneath it for the out.
Second out, and just a fun little IRL note. The Red Sox-Rays game is now delayed due to a drone flying over the field.
Drone?
Yes, another drone
wow.
incident. I believe we had one early last week. I forget which teams were playing, but it was a similar thing where someone just flew a drone over the field and they had to stop the game.
Drone incidents in the Major League. You never think of a drone delay being an issue in baseball, but now here it is. You have rain delays, storm delays, lightning, and now
1-1
drones.
What are you gonna do? At this point, it's
yep. And
with new issues, there's gonna be new solutions, so we'll figure it out.
Yep, and the players are off the field right now, so it's going to be at least 3 to 5 minutes before they pick the game back up.
Definitely have action moving here. Benintendi fouls that one away, 2-2. I don't think there's any drone delays coded into the MLB The Show.
That'd be a fun thing for 21, though. Just ready to field the ball. Games called due to drone.
That one's fouled away, 2-2. Let's do it again. Benintendi at to that 249 hitter on the season, trying to find some improvement. Was injured here for a little bit. Kicks and deals. That one's high, 3-2.
I'm just trying to think of what could possibly warrant just a single drone causing a delay in a baseball game. I'm guessing if it strays into the field of play, it could be an issue, but if it's beyond the wall, it's fine by me.
That one's caught by Rosario in left field. Well, ahead to the top of the third, where the Minnesota Twins still lead here, 3-0.
Leading off for Minnesota, the right fielder.
Welcome you back. Back to the top of the lineup for the Minnesota Twins. Max Kepler, he came around to score after his single. Came around to score after the Nelson Cruz home run. This one's going to be hit in towards the shift. Bogaerts will make the play.
Oh, no!
He will field the ball, but then throws it offline towards Mitch Moreland. The runner will be safe at first.
This is Red Sox pre-2004, ladies and gentlemen. Just so much open potential, and then it just goes downhill extremely quickly.
And they have had some issues here early on, but still a lot of baseball left here. Jorge Polanco up to bat. And his numbers might not show exactly how well he's playing. He does have his average pretty high, but this one's going to get hit towards Bogarts. Could be a double play. No.
No, not
Fast enough there down the first base line.
Yeah, so real slow dribble there, enough to break up the double play essentially. Red Sox did everything they could there, but just not enough speed on the throws.
Polanco will make it on for a fielder's choice. Now the almighty Mitch Garver up to bat. Grounded into a double play in his previous at-bat. Has had that issue throughout most of this season. See there on the graphic on the right-hand corner of your screen. Grounded into 16 double plays this season. But if he gets a hold of one, he sure can leave the park. I'll tell you that much. 1-0 pitch. That one's outside 2-0.
Yeah, and especially with Erod's stuff today, Minnesota's had no problem with making solid contact, so I can easily see one being driven out of here over the monster.
Take that one inside, called strike 2-1.
Runner, he's going.
2-1 pitch, swung on, runner's going towards second, and he is called out at second base. Woo! A little bit of a late jump there, and he just could not make it at second base.
Yeah, no, definitely couldn't make it there. Throw was a little high, but again, nice job getting in there. They may want to challenge though, because I thought he got that front foot in first, but nonetheless, we're going to keep rolling.
That one's inside 3-2, full count. Great throw there by Vasquez to get him out at second base. Arm is very underrated. Full count. That one is swung on and back up the middle. Mitch Garver will make it on for a single.
Just a little dribble up the middle. That's honestly the best way to get a single. If you hit the, just hit the mound there and have it 1-2 hop to the outfield. Defense is rarely set up to catch that unless they're in a double play setup.
Nelson Cruz back up to bat. Had that 2-run home run back in the first inning. An opportunity to do that again now with a runner on first after the Mitch Garver single. 2 outs here in the top of the third. 1-0 pitch.
2-0.
Outside 2-0. And Nelson Cruz, I don't in my notes for him, I don't have a position. I just have him out as DH because that's what he's been doing from this part of his career. And not that that is a bad thing. He's leading the team in home runs. He's doing exactly what he needs to do for this team, and that's hit for power.
Yeah, no, kind of limits your workability a little bit, only listing as DH, but he's such a good DH. It don't matter where he is. He'll play in any American League team, and frankly, National League teams, hopefully in the near future.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Ball on the outside part of the plate. Off-speed pitch, and that's a strikeout for him. Cruz will go sit down. Get to the bottom of the third. Minnesota still up here, 3-0 on ML Bop Ball.
Leading off.
Welcome you back. Christian Vasquez up to bat. Has found some power throughout this series. Got that big home run as we talked about in that first game. Swings at that one outside. It'll go foul. 0-1. Vasquez has 12 home runs on this season so far. 0-1 pitch. Looked like a strike. Might squeeze in there. Now 1-1. Almost hooked right back over the heart of the plate there. Smeltzer at 23 pitches here at the bottom of the third. That one's in the dirt, 2-1.
Yeah, Vasquez just trying to make a number on Smeltzer here, but IRL, in case people want plenty of stats of the day, apparently right now the Pirates have a 7-run lead over the Reds, so in case you want your lulls for the day.
That one is hit foul towards the third base line. Two-two pitch, swung on, fouled away.
Just gotta keep fighting, try to bring that pitch count up a little bit. Smeltzer's been absolutely dominant today. Just have to try to get him out of his groove a little bit.
2.
That one's high, 3-2. So now full count. Vasquez being very patient here. Full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Bottom of the zone, dropped out on him. It's a fastball indeed, and for Smeltzer, that's his first strikeout of the game.
The first baseman.
Yeah, first strikeout, but he's been getting the Sox to swing at basically anything he wants them to, and forcing a lot of ground ball and flyouts.
Mitch Moreland up to bat here, takes that one high, 1-0. Moreland, first baseman for the Red Sox, trying to find some power in his own right. Does have 18 home runs on the season, but not usually what you expect from the first baseman. We expect more there. Grounds that one over to a rise at second base. And throw a little high.
Yeah, definitely not the numbers we was hoping for this year, but he's been able to put something together at least, and that's definitely not the FA he wants. But wait, Jackie Bradley Jr. is actually hitting at 220? What world is this right now?
Jackie Bradley Jr. is up to bat, center fielder for Boston Red Sox, and obviously not known much for his bat, as